Hello, in this video we're looking at Bodhicaryavatara, chapter 6, verse 4. Pujayatyartamanairyan yepi chainam samashritaha te pyenang hantumichanti swaminam dvesha durbhagam. I'll now give the text. 4. Here we are. Pujayatyartamanairyan yepi chainam samashritaha te pyenam hantumichanti swaminam dvesha durbhagam. Now the syntax of this sentence gave me a little bit of trouble until I realized, I hope I'm right, that the first pada is actually not grammatically part of the sentence in the sense that it's just the identifier as pujayatyartamanairyan. So it means in this verse, we are talking about the people whom one honors with wealth and respect. So yan is the relative pronoun yah. It's the masculine accusative plural. So yan pujayati, those whom one reverences. So yan pujayati, the subjective pujayati here, it's a non-express subject. It just means one generally, those whom one worships or reverences. Artamanair. This is a dvandva compound, just a list of two here. It's in the instrumental plural. So artha, wealth, mana, respect. You might have expected it to be in the dual form because normally dvandva compounds, one singular plus another singular, will be treated as a dual. It's treated as a plural here. I don't know whether that's by way of anomaly on Shantideva's part, but there's also the possibility that one of them could be construed as being a plural. You can have artaha, wealths, different types of wealth, and also manah, respects, different kinds of respect. Somebody will give somebody your respect, and you can pay your respects. I mean, we can even use it in English as a plural. That's what I suspect is the case here. In any event, this slight ambiguity as to which is meant can't possibly affect the meaning. It is those whom one reverences with wealth, that's by bringing them gifts of have a money value, as it were, and your mana, the respect that you give them. Colon. Okay, so that's, as it were, that first pada, the first half line, is, so to speak, just the identifier of the topic of which we are speaking. The rest of the sentence forms a syntactical whole. Ye picha, that's ye api, and also those who, ye apicha, begun by something ye picha, and also those who enam samashrita. Shri to lean, ashri to lean on, samashrita. If you are samashrita on someone, they use a direct accusative in Sanskrit. Enam samashrita. Enam samashritosmi. I depend on him. I'm lean on him. So, and those who, and even those, the api has a force of even here, and even those who depend on him, like employees depend on their employer for a job. The vassals will depend upon the master. The serfs will depend upon the feudal lord. That's the idea I have. So even those who depend on him, tepi, even they, enam hantum icchanti, even they want to kill him. Tamichanti, enam hantum icchanti swaminam, they want to kill that master or lord. Dvesha durbhagam, made ugly through hatred. Now let's analyze some of these words. Where's my iPad gone? iPad, here we are. So the root shri means to lie down, to recline, or to lie down. Did you hear me say recline? Remember the sh in Sanskrit often turns up as a k in Greek and Latin. Shri, kli, same word. Klinos in Greek is a bed. So from the root, what you lie down on. A clinic is just a place for beds. So a hospital, a place where you can lie down on bed if you're in bed if you're sick. That is the clinic. And to recline, to line back, to incline, to lean out of the vertical, as it were. So put the verbal prefix a and make it a participle. If you are ashrita, means you are leaning upon him or upon something, and samashrita, the sum here probably, it may have a sense of totality, as if you're completely dependent upon somebody, if your livelihood depends on somebody, you are tam samashrita. So ye picha, so people whom one respects or pays reverence, maybe even only lip service, with artamaneha, with wealth and respect. Ye picha enam samashrita, even those people who are dependent upon him, depi, depi enam swaminam hantum ichanti. Depi, those two, even those. Ichanti, they want. Hantum, to kill. Enam swaminam, that lord, that boss. Dvesha durbhagam, who's made to look hideous with a face contorted with hatred. It's from the root bhaj. The meaning of that is to share out, to divide, and to share. And as we've so often seen with the j to g, from verb root to verb bhaga. So bhaga is a share or a portion, and by extension means like a good portion, as if fate has dealt you a good hand. So if you are bhagavat, blessed, the idea of the bhaga is the idea of not only the portion you receive, but be able to dispense largesse towards people. So this bhaga is a two-way thing. So the bhagavat, masculine, nominative singular, in Sanskrit is bhagavan. In modern Hindi, it's pronounced bhagwan. Bhagavan in Sanskrit. It's what we have in Pali as Bhagava, the Blessed One. The nominative. It makes the accusative in both Sanskrit and Pali the same as Bhagavantam. But Bhagavan, Sanskrit, Bhagava, Pali. So, If you are and so it's also the word can mean how you are favored. Whether your attributes, what you have, what you are, even your appearance. So if you are durbhaga, it's like the idea here is that you are dvesha durbhaga. You're all contorted. If there's hatred in you, you become ugly by that very fact, rendered hideous by hatred. Swaminam, we have the root swa. The most common meaning of that is self. It is you'll most often find that in compounds, and we've often seen that. Swajana, one's own people means one's own family. Just you look at my people, meaning my family. You have swajana. It can also, as a noun on its own, as a neuter noun, swam, just mean property, that which can properly be said to belong to oneself. That is, that of oneself is swa. And with the suffix min, is one of those suffixes that can mean possessed of or owning something. For example, we have the vach, meaning speech, consonantal declension. Of course, in Sanskrit, no word can end in a ch, so by sandhi on its own is vak. Incidentally, the ch comes back with in the consonantal declension with the endings beginning with a vowel or consisting of a vowel. So, for example, vacha is the instrumental. And in one of the regular Pali chants, it's the confession of one's faults, the begging for forgiveness. What you've done, kayena, I forget the exact words now, kayena vacha, kayena with one's body, vacha with one's speech. Same in Sanskrit and Pali. In fact, in Pali, it's kind of a rare survival from Vedic, whereas in Sanskrit, it's a regular form. Vak, speech, add the min onto it, and by internal sandhi, vakmin becomes vagmin. So vagmin, possessed of speech, and thereby it means kind of eloquent, somebody who speaks well, your vagmin. This same min attached to swa in its meaning of property, it actually lengthens itself to swa. So not swamin, but swamin, just does. Swamin therefore means originally meant the owner of property, that's the root meaning, but by extension it came to mean the master, the lord, the boss. In modern Hindi, a swami, say the head of a monastery, or somebody that you're paying respects to as a spiritual master, will be a swami as well. And it's the general sense of master or boss or lord, person in charge, that it has in this verse. So you wouldn't, hopefully, would not want to kill your swami, but if his face is rendered hideous with hatred, then even those who depend on him, ye pichainam samashrita, ye api cha, even those who samashrita are dependent enam, accusative on him. So ye cha pitang samashrita, even those who are dependent upon him, ichanti, they want, hantum, te api, tepi, even they, ichanti, want, hantum, to kill, enam swaminam, that boss, dvesha durbhagam, hatred, hideous, so whose face is made hideous, distorted with hate. So I'll read this through again. Oh, one more thing before I do this. Mana. Mana. We've often seen this word used in the sense of pride and a bad thing. Not necessarily. It's just look at what the root of the word. The root of the word is man, meaning thinking what's in your mind. It's the same as there is manas, the mind. Latin mens, mentis. In English, via Latin mental, and also via the Germanic root, our native word mind. So it's what is in your mind, your mentation, your thinking. Now, it came to mean pride in certain contexts just because of having big ideas about yourself. There's nothing wrong with having an idea, having a thought, but the mana in this context, having big ideas about yourself. In fact, our word conceit, conceited, having big ideas about oneself, is from the same word as concept. In fact, the conceit is the anglicized form of that same word concept as it came through French. So we have a concept, nothing wrong with the concept, and we also have the word conceit, meaning having an over big concept, an over big idea about yourself. So bear in mind this word mana, that's how it came to mean pride, but it doesn't of itself mean that. It's just, of itself, it just means what you mentate, what is in your manas. So mana can mean what's in your own manas and can mean pride. And here, mana means what is in your mind with regard to somebody else, namely respect that you pay him. You have an elevated concept of him. You pay him respect. That's clearly the meaning here. So pujayati artamanair. One reverences him with arta and mana, by giving him the gifts of a physical value or money value, and also mana. You have mentally, you have mana, you have that mental respect for him. So I'll read it now once or twice more before you wind up. So pujayatyarthamanairyan ye pichainang samashrita te pyenang hantum icchanti swaminam dvesha durbhagam. And once more with the text up. Here we are. Pujayatyarthamanairyan ye pichenam samashritaha te pyenang hantumichanti swaminam dvesha durbhagam. So I mucked that up a little bit. I'll read it once more. Pujayatarthamanairyan ye pichainam samashritaha te pyenang hantumichanti swaminam dvesha durbhagam. And that's all on this verse.